Here we have 6 amethyst quartz crystals. These are called wand crystals. They're quite large. They're over 6 inches long, and they come from Brazil. And I believe that these type of crystals were the engraving tools and etching tools that were used to etch flake stone, to etch the hair of the mammoth and the hair of the faces on flake stone that I discovered when I discovered the face and mammoth effigies in the Mojave Desert in October of 2020. And after I discovered the first one, by the way, I went back the next trip with my buddies and I found 10 of them. And then the third trip, I went back and found 100 of them. So you get used to what the perimeters look like in nice sweeping lines. But getting back to these, I believe these are the etching tools that were used to etch obsidian, meteorites, agate, petrified wood, anything real glassy, including citrine crystal and rose quartz crystal, and of course volcanic glass. Now these are a hardness of 7. So a hardness of 7 on the Mohs scale will easily etch glass. These are not natural this way. Crystals are formed, quartz crystals are formed in a hexagonal crystal. Well, there's not much remnants of that hexagonal crystal down here. There is up here still remaining original crystal, but this has been flaked. They pounded the end of these. These must have been pulled out of a large geode type structure and broken off, and then they were, this one here is practically fluted, by the way. Now these come from Brazil, and you can see this working edge here. That's been working, that's been etching. That's been cutting something right there. You see that usage wear? Right there, all along here. That's a sharp edge there. And then the tips are used as well. And I believe that these were hand-held or maybe wrapped. They're quite large etching tools. And you can see they were buried. They were buried in iron-rich soil. So that's iron staining from the soil where these were recovered. Now, these were recovered, no doubt, from an offering field. And I have researched these wand-type crystals, and I've even found that they are dug up in the mud. And I believe the reason why is, of course, they're not being quarried out of a quarry site at all. These are being dug up in alluvial deposits that were deposited there by our Paleolithic ancestors. But these are really cool wands. Here's another one. You can see the tip's been used big time. All that area up there has been used. And I believe, again, these are etching tools. Easily will etch volcanic glass. And these are big ones. Now, I have a whole set of small ones. I have a number of sets of small ones, small quartz crystals that I believe are etching tools as well. But these are a little bit more special. And I believe they've all been worked. You can see all the brown patina. That's all patina. That's not citrine at all. It's on and into the surface. And I believe this has just been knocked. They knocked the heck out of these bases here and just knocked it up like this and knocked big, almost like prismatic blades. Almost like making prismatic blades. That the Paleoindians, by the way, were very adept at making prismatic blades. And these are basically a prismatic blade made out of quartz amethyst crystal. Look at the work on the end of that piece. These were etching tools, undoubtedly. And these are Paleolithic etching tools. And they, again, hail from Brazil. And I bought this cache quite some time ago. Oh, this is a beautiful piece here. This looks like it's fluted all the way from the base to the tip. Of course, that's debatable. but it has been worked because these are hexagonal crystals. In other words, quartz forms in a very nice crystalline hexagonal six-sided structure, six-sided crystal. Well, as you can see, that's not six-sided. That's 15-sided, 20-sided. It's been worked. So these crystals are really cool, and I think they're a good representation. Look at the tip on that one. That is, look, impact fractures, for God's sakes. Yeah, I'm pretty sure these were the etching tools that the Paleo-Indians used in performing the etching technique on flake stone, which images the mammoth hair and the facial hair on Paleo Story Stone face and mammoth effigies.